Hello everyone, welcome to Panacea Tutor. Today in this video, we are going to discuss a very important topic for UGC Paper One. जी हाँ, आज हम इस वीडियो में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं most important या expected questions related to communication section of UGC Paper One NET. We will be discussing most important questions and we will be also discussing some useful tips which are very essential for clearing the Paper One with good marks. तो आइए चलते हैं, देखते हैं कि कम्युनिकेशन सेक्शन में ऐसे कौन से क्वेश्चंस हैं जो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं। जैसा कि आप स्क्रीन पर देख पा रहे हैं, द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सेज दैट एवरी टाइप ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन इज अफेक्टेड बाय इट्स, आगे चार ऑप्शंस हैं। ऑप्शन 1 रिसेप्शन, ऑप्शन 2 ट्रांसमिशन, ऑप्शन 3 नॉन रेगुलेशन और ऑप्शन 4 कॉन्टेक्स्ट। And the correct answer is that every type of communication is affected by its context. That is option 4. Next question is related to teacher and student communication. And the question says, most often the teacher-student communication is 1. Spurious, 2. Critical, 3. Utilitarian, 4. Confrontational. And the correct answer is option 3 utilitarian. Hence, the teacher-student communication is mostly utilitarian in nature. Next question is situation-based question, and the question says, imagine you are working in an educational institution where people are of equal status. Which method of communication is best suited and normally employed in such a context? जिसमें हमें situation को analyze करना है and accordingly answer करना है. Options are 1. Horizontal communication, option 2. Vertical communication, option 3. Corporate communication and option 4. Cross communication. And the correct answer is option 1. Horizontal communication. So in an educational institution where people are of equal status, the method of communication which is best suited and employed is horizontal communication. Next question is related to communication partners, and the question says, the choice of communication partners is influenced by factors of option 1. Proximity, utility, loneliness, option 2. Utility, secrecy, dissonance, option 3. Secrecy, dissonance, deception, or option 4. Dissimilarity, dissonance, and deviance. And the correct answer is option 1. That is, the choice of communication partners is influenced by factors of proximity, utility, and loneliness. Next question says, every communicator has to experience option 1. Manipulated emotions, option 2. Anticipatory excitement, option 3. The issue of homophiles, or option 4. Status dislocation. And the correct answer is that every communicator has to experience anticipatory excitement. Next question is related to expressive communication, and the question says, expressive communication is driven by 1. Passive aggression, 2. Encoder's personality characteristics, 3. External clues, or 4. Encoder-decoder contract. And the correct answer is that expressive communication is driven by encoder's personality characteristics. Hence, the correct answer is option 2. Next question is related to classroom communication. And the question says, classroom communication is the basis of option 1. Social identity, option 2. External inanities, option 3. Biased passivity, option 4. Group aggression. And the correct answer is option 1. Social identity. Classroom communication is the basis of social identity. Next question is related to interaction between a student and teacher, and the question says, the interaction between a teacher and students create a zone of proximal, Option 1, difference. Option 2, confusion. Option 3, development. Or option 4, distortion. And the correct answer is option 3, development. That means the interaction between a teacher and students create a zone of proximal development. Next question is related again to classroom communication, and the question says the classroom communication should essentially be 1, contrite, option 2, empathetic, option 3, abstract, or option 4, non-descriptive. The correct answer is empathetic. The classroom communication between teacher and students should always be empathetic in nature. Next question is related to probability of message reception, and the question says, in a classroom, the probability of message reception can be enhanced by 1, establishing a viewpoint, 2, exposing the ignorance of students, 3, increasing the information load, or 4, using high decibel audio tools. And the correct answer is that in a classroom, the probability of message reception can be enhanced by establishing a viewpoint. That is, option 1 is the correct answer here. Next question is statement type of a question. इसमें आपको assertion दिया हुआ है, then reason दिया हुआ है, तो हमें दोनों statements को अच्छे से analyze करना है. ये देखना है कि इन दोनों में से कौन सी statements true हैं, या दोनों true हैं, या दोनों false हैं, और हमें ये भी देखना है कि क्या जो reasoning दी है वो correct है इस assertion के लिए. तो हमें इस question के लिए analysis करना पड़ेगा, ध्यान से question को पढ़ना होगा और उसी के according options में से एक correct answer mark करना होगा. Question says, assertion, the initial messages to students in the classroom by a teacher need not be critical to establish interactions later. And the reason behind it is given, more control over the communication process means more control over what the students are learning. So now we need to analyze both the statements, and first we need to see कि दोनों में से कौन सी true है, दोनों true है, ये दोनों false है, दोनों में से कौन सी true है. And second thing we need to establish is जो reason दिया है क्या वो assertion के लिए correct है. Here are 4 options given and we need to choose the correct one. The option says both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Option 2 says both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Option 3 says A is true, but R is false. Option 4 says A is false, but R is true. And the correct answer is option 4, which is A is false, but R is true. So A statement is false and R is true. That's the correct option. That is option 4. Next question is again assertion reasoning kind of a question. इसमें आपको 2 statements दी हुई हैं. The assertion says classroom communication is a transactional process. The reason behind it given is a teacher does not operate under the assumption that students' responses are purposive. Options given below are both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Second option is both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Option 3, A is true, but R is false. Option 4, A is false, but R is true. And the correct answer is option 3, which is A is true, but R is false. That means the assertion statement is true, but the reason statement is false. Hence, the answer is option 3. A is true, but R is false. Next question is related to human communication process. The question says, which of the following set of statements is correct for describing the human communication process? The options given are option A, non-verbal communication can stimulate ideas. Option B, communication is a learned ability. Option C, communication is not a universal panacea. Option D, communication cannot break down. Option E, more communication means more effective learning by students. Option F, value of what is learned through classroom communication is not an issue for students. The codes given below are option 1, A, C, E, and F. Option 2, B, D, E, and F. Option 3, A, B, C and D, option 4, A, D, E and F. And the correct answer here is option 3, which is A, B, C and D. So option 3 is the correct answer, जिसमें options है A, B, C and D. That means A, B, C, D options. These are the set of statements which is correct for describing the human communication process. Next question is related to central point of the classroom communication, and the question says, using the central point of the classroom communication as the beginning of a dynamic pattern of ideas is referred to as 1. Systemization, 2. Problem orientation, 3. Idea protocol, or 4. Mind mapping. And the correct answer is option 4, mind mapping. Next question is again related to classroom communication, and the question says, attitudes, actions and appearances in the context of classroom communication are considered as 1. Verbal, 2. Non-verbal, 3. Impersonal, or 4. Irrational. And the correct answer is option 2, non-verbal, because attitudes, actions and appearances in the context of classroom communication are considered as non-verbal communication. तो जैसा कि आपने आज की वीडियो में देखा, हमने कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस किए रिलेटेड टू द कम्युनिकेशन सेक्शन, जो कि एक बेहद इंपॉर्टेंट सेक्शन है फॉर यूजीसी नेट पेपर 1। इस सेक्शन में आपको ज्यादातर जो क्वेश्चंस हैं वो क्लासरूम कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर या फिर स्टूडेंट एंड टीचर कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर ही आएंगे। आपको इसमें सिचुएशनल बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस भी आ सकते हैं और असर्शन एंड रीजन, दो स्टेटमेंट्स के रूप में दिए गए क्वेश्चंस भी आ सकते हैं। रिक्वायरमेंट ये है कि आप क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से पढ़िए और उसी अकॉर्डिंग अपनी नॉलेज को अप्लाई करते हुए करेक्ट आंसर दीजिए। तो आज की वीडियो में बस इतना ही। इसी तरीके की और इंटरेस्टिंग एंड इंफॉर्मेटिव वीडियोस देखने के लिए लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब Panacea Tutor एंड हिट द बेल आइकन फॉर मोर इंटरेस्टिंग अपडेट्स। आई होप ये वीडियो आपकी प्रिपरेशन में आपको मदद करेगी और आपको एक बेटर आइडिया देगी कि स्पेसिफिकली कम्युनिकेशन सेक्शन में आपको किन पोर्शंस पर ज्यादा फोकस करना है फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ रिवीजन बिफोर द एग्जाम। आज की वीडियो में बस इतना ही। टिल देन, स्टे हेल्दी, सेफ एंड कीप वर्किंग हार्ड इन ऑर्डर टू अचीव योर एम। थैंक यू।